Dear Billy, I don't know if you can even hear this. 2 years ago, I would have said that's ridiculous, impossible, but that was before I found out about alternate dimensions and monsters, so I'm just going to stop assuming that I know anything. So much has happened since you left. Basically, everything's been total disaster.
Who's Vecna?
An undead creature of great power.
But this evil is like a virus. Each time it returns, it comes back stronger, smarter, deadlier. A war is coming to Hawkins. But I'm not.
You're in terrible danger.
Can you hear me, Max? Max, you gotta get out of here, Max. Call Nancy and Robin, go get him! Call Nancy and Robin! Go! Please!
I just ran and I left her there.
Me.
Never change.
Dustin Henderson. Promise me?
It is over, 11. Your friends have lost.
You just have to fight, okay? Elle!
I can fight.
Better than any of us.
That doesn't hurt me.
Total disaster.
Do you wanna hear about the deal that I'm making?
I imagine that we could have become friends.
It is time. There.
What's up, guys? We are back. I apologize, man. Yes, I ran late. All right. I had a lot of stuff going on. So, yeah, we're back for Welcome to Hawkins, guys. Episode 3. We're going to be talking about the lab, guys. We're going to be talking about the lab. So, we're back. I'm excited. I got some cool announcements. I got one cool announcement, one cool one that I cannot wait to show you guys. So stick around. Got a cool announcement. It's big. And I had to do it on Welcome to Hawks. I had to do it. So I'm glad I made it though. I'm like, holy shit, I've never, came late. So yeah, guys. Definitely smash the like button. You guys are killing it. We got 23 likes. We can make the goal tonight 50 likes. And let's dive into it. Before we get started though, I told myself I was going to do this. Definitely, guys, man, we lost a legend today, George P. Wilbur. Definitely, man, want a moment of silence for the shape, man. He's one of the shapes, one of the good ones, actually. They're all good, but man, George P. Wilbur played in Halloween 4. So you guys definitely put prayers in the chat, man. It's really sad. George P. Wilbur, man, it's freaking crazy stuff. All right, guys. Here we go, man. George P. Wilbur. So before we get started, you guys, like I said, smash the like button. Today we're going to be talking about the lab and the dark stuff that comes with the lab. And I want to give my channel members a shout out for helping me out with the channel. It definitely means a lot. Everything you do definitely doesn't go unnoticed. You guys keep the lights on for me. And definitely, man, it helps. And everything you give goes right back into the channel. So I appreciate it, guys. And give you your video. This is for you guys. Appreciate it. That was for my channel members. Appreciate it, guys. We got to do one more thing before we get started. You guys know what comes next. We have to do it, right? We have to do it. The rules, guys. All right, so rule number 1, don't be a mouth breather. Rule number 2, remember, friends don't lie. Friends don't lie, guys. Rule number 3, be respectful to opinions. Rule number 4, always remember the secret knock. And rule number 5, guys, have fun. So here we go. We get to the chat, and we're gonna rock out. This is gonna be a deep one, man. We're about to talk about the freaking lab. The lab, man. This is crazy. Something that is going to be talked about with this is how the patients got treated. The projects, and some little Easter eggs that we see in the lab and everything with Stranger Things. So definitely, you guys follow me. This is going to be a deep episode. So we got my guy Russell in the chat saying, "What's up, everyone? I smashed that like button like a brick before I came in this awesome stream chat. Happy Thursday, everyone." Definitely, Russell. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you dropping those bricks in the chat for sure. And you guys, speaking of bricks, tomorrow, we will be continuing The Last of Us, you guys. We will be continuing The Last of Us gameplay. We're on part 4, I want to say. We're on part 4. So you guys don't want to miss that tomorrow. It's going to be fun. It's been some journey with The Last of Us. We are approaching the end. We've been running through this series. So, yeah, you guys definitely don't want to miss it. Want to be super fun. So, all right. Sure. It's a lot of you guys in the chat. On my end, it's kind of coming in weird. All right, so we got Sounded saying, "What's up, Scary? At night, been waiting for this stream. Hey, B, I'm in the garage." Hey, man, we're on Welcome to Hawkins. Sounded. We're on Welcome to Hawkins, man. He said, "B, I'm in the garage." Hey, man, you're silly, man. That garage joke, man. Karma said, "Hi, I'm wearing my new Stranger Things shirt for this." I got me a shirt too, Karma. You gotta have the shirt on for this, so definitely sounds nice, Karma. Got the freaking Stranger Things shirt. You gotta have it for this. Hey, Karma, you guys are gonna love the freaking announcement. I'm telling you, you're gonna love it. Russell said, "I'm going to see Knock at the Cabin this Saturday. I'm sorry, but I gotta say, Bautista, laugh my ass off. No offense to Dave Bautista. I'm hoping this movie is good. Definitely, man. Hopefully it's good. Let me know, Russell, if you gonna think it's good after you see it. What's up, Kirsten? We got Kirsten in the chat. What is up? We got Farmer said, "I'm going on a vacation Sunday, so I'm happy to catch this tonight." Definitely, Farmer, enjoy that vacation. We got Chicago in the chat. What is up, you guys? Or got those waffles going for me with the whole, man. Brandon's still recovering from hilarious laugh on Scary at Night stream. Hey, that shit was funny. Russell said, "Yes, Karma, he's running up that hill." Karma, he said he escaped the upside down. Yes, I escaped the upside down. We got Chelsea in the chat. What's up, Chelsea? We got Chelsea in the chat chilling with us. Amanda said she loves Stranger Things. Well, this is the perfect podcast for you because this is where we nerd out, chill out, and have fun. Karma said, "I love your intro. Appreciate it, Karma." We got Melissa in the chat. What is up, Melissa? What is up? Thanks, Kirsten. Yeah, you gotta love Eddie Munson, Amanda. You gotta love Eddie Munson. We're going to get, hey, you guys, this is about to be, I cannot wait to talk about The Lab. I'm actually watching Stranger Things over again, bro. I'm so addicted. Larry said, "What's up, citizens of Hawkins?" What's up, Larry? What's up, my guy Larry in the chat? Yes, citizens of Hawkins, man. This is going to be great. It's going to be great tonight. Michael Joe said, "Sup, Brandon?" What's up, MJ? What is up? Let me see. We got Brooke in the chat. What's up, Brooke? Saying, "Hey, everyone." What is up, Brooke? Sure. I'm sorry to hear that, Melissa. I'm sorry to hear that. Take it day by day, man. Yeah, I know it's been a crazy day, so definitely I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully the stream makes you feel better all here. About to have some fun, so hopefully, Melissa, you enjoy this with us. We got to help Brandon out the upside down, everyone. You guys, I was stuck. I'm sorry. Where's B at? Did he fall to the upside down? Oh, Brooke. Oh, Russell. Sound said, "Don't forget to hit that like button, guys. Really helps the stream." Definitely, guys, smash the like button right now. We're at 30 likes. We're killing it. 30 likes. Hey, you guys know I got my hunter, man. Got my Demogorgon hunter, so I was good, man. You can't come without the. What's up, Mom? I got let me see. I got 6 in here. Got my mom in here saying, "You got me hooked to Stranger Things." I knew I was gonna get you. As soon as I walked in the room when you had Kenan, I said, "Oh, she watching, Monty?" No, just don't say nothing. Just like, keep it on. Larry, keep it on. She's like, "Yo, what's up, Larry?" Yeah, I told you, Mom was gonna get you hit. Let me see, my friend. Denisha saying, "Hey, everyone." What's up, Denisha? Trying to make sure I get to everybody. Got Denisha in the chat. Got the wife in the chat. You know she's coming around. We're both Stranger Things heads, so we're gonna get into it. Got the wife dropping the waffles. All right, you guys, let's get into it, man. All right, this is how we're going to get into it. So, today we're going to talk about a crazy episode we're going to talk about, you guys, the lab. We're going to talk about the lab. Now, if you watch Stranger Things and you kind of follow everything, you know how this started. And it all started with the lab. We found out that actually Ale was the one who opened the gate with Vecna, and she basically kind of created everything. She created everything. She was the start. So we see in season 1, all right, we see in season 1 that Hawkins is the chief of police. I mean, I said Hawkins. Hopper is the chief of Hawkins. He's the chief of police of Hawkins. And basically, so we kind of progress with, Joyce. We already talked about that. We're not gonna get too deep into that, but Joyce, her son Will, he gets took into the Upside Down, and Hopper is the chief, and he's not even knowing about this stuff that's going on, with the Hawkins lab. He's still like one of those ones on the outside trying to figure things out, and he's second guessing Joyce. He's second guessing Joyce and everything. So as we push forward and everything, we find out that we get this new character besides Mike, Will, Dustin, and Lucas, and it's 11, played by Millie Bobby Brown. And let me tell you something. Now, a lot of people talked about, and now we're going, like I said, this episode is going to get deep. So if you don't want to get into the dark side, you guys, maybe this episode isn't for you. But as we push forward to it, we kind of see that Ale, she comes from the lab. She has her head shaved, and she's numbered. She's number 11. Many of others, and she has this guy, Papa and everything. He's basically in charge of her. But what I want to talk about is this. We find more about it in season 4. We found out more about the lab and everything in season 4. We get, some information with the flashbacks with Nancy. We get some information with Ale. Ale kind of pushes us through, the situation with the lab. Now, as you keep pushing forward with this, we find out that we're trying to figure out where's Will. The whole time, Ale knows. This is what's crazy, guys. The whole time, Ale knows. She knows basically, okay, Will is here. She knows, she kind of explains it to him with the board game, how if you flip the board game upside down, that's where Will is located. He's in the Upside Down. And, we get this funny situation with Lucas, and, he knows they're walking on the train tracks, and they find out about the magnetic attachment to the Hawkins lab with the compass. And I remember something funny that was talked about when Mike basically said the compass is broke, and Dustin, he's the brains. I'm gonna say Dustin's the brains. I always think that Dustin's the brains of the group because he's very smart. But he's like, compass can't break. They don't go off of batteries. They don't go off of batteries. So we push forward, and they kind of fall out because Lucas peeps that 11 is moving, the compass needle with her brain, because she doesn't want. And this is about to get into the lab. But what's up, Million? What's up, Million? What is up, man? She kind of don't want her friends to get hurt because she knows the lab is dangerous. Because sad to say, Elle was a kid and she's getting bossed around. Not even bossed around. She's getting controlled like a slave, literally. She's getting controlled like a slave, literally, by Papa and everyone who works in his lab and who works for Hawkins' lab. And she's scared. She's just trying to help her friend. She's like, hey, I don't, and appreciate the comment, Russell, about the shirt. I love this shirt, man. Definitely appreciate it. What's up, Hassan? Got Hassan in the chat. What's up, man? What is up? But so they kind of, she kind of scared for him, but Lucas wants to be hard-headed. He's thirsty to find his friend, which I cannot blame him. And they kind of, to push forward, they end up finding out that Will's in the Upside Down, but the Upside Down actually has a gate in the basement of the lab, right? And the people in the lab knows this. They're government related. They're like, they're working with the government and everything. And it kind of blows up through the seasons. Because at first, I don't know about you guys. You remember when we first seen Stranger Things, the lab, it didn't look, it was like we see a guy gets chased in the lab coat and everything. But one thing I will say about this lab thing that's very dark and crazy, and I got to actually finish watching it. I'm on season 2 right now. I'm still just watching it. Because I feel like every time you watch Stranger Things, you find out more stuff. So we push forward and everything. And we find out that 11 is basically like she's a testing project. Yeah, she's a child and she's a testing project. And it all started with her mom, Terry. Her mom, Terry, basically was a testing project also. So at first it's kind of weird. Look now, you guys in the chat, let me know if they ever explained that. I know they explained Terry, the mom, but they never explained why he ended up going from adults to like children, because Terry, she actually had stuff going on with her, just like Elle, but it wasn't as, from my understanding, it wasn't as strong, and he actually, did something to Elle's mom. He fried her brain. And, it started with Elle's mom, Terry, but then it kind of went to the daughter. Elle's real name is Jane and everything. And he started obtaining like other kids. We got 1, which is Vecna. We got 2. If you read the comics, we got 6. We got 11. We got 8. Bro, let's look at these kids, bro. We got all these kids lined up. And what's crazy is he is literally to a point, Papa, look, the reason I said that Papa is, he's very dark, because it was to a point he had these kids present and they were battling each other off of their energy and their powers and everything, which is messed up, because they're kids. And I really do think that that's, fucked up. It's kind of messed up that he's really doing that when you think about it. And Elle just was the one that overcame everything with this lab. Now, with this lab, is definitely, like some type of secret society and something that's connected with the government, because we see in like season 1, and comment down below, guys. Do you believe stuff like this happens today? Comment down below and be honest, man. We're speculating right now. We're not going to get in trouble for. I just want to know, because right now this is just going to be an open-minded, deep talk, because the lab is connected to government. The lab is connected to like what if, because when I see the government and Stranger Things, I always think like, what if this shit was real? Do you guys think that stuff like this is ran this way? I'm not saying with the kids in the lab. I'm saying like how secret it was. You remember it was to a point where Hopper is talking to Joyce, right? He's talking to Joyce, and she tells him like, that's not my son. That's not Will. Will's on the autopsy table. She's like, that's not him. He goes back, and remember, Hopper is the chief of police. That's what's crazy. Hopper is the chief of police. He's the head of command, all that. Like, he runs shit, right? He runs it. But after Joyce tells him, basically, hey, that's not my son. He has a mole, such and such, where is that and everything. He decides to go back into the autopsy spot and look inside of Will, and he looks in Will, and it's nothing but cotton. You guys, now when I'm saying this is some wild, deep shit. I'm like, bro, what if stuff like that really happens? Like sometimes you have I don't even want to get to that deep, but it's going to get deep. I told you guys, but it's like, bro, so y'all literally had this kid a funeral. Y'all had this kid a funeral. Y'all pulled him out the water, and you had these kids thinking that that was their friend. You had them thinking like, hey, that's Will. He had the same clothes on, and they had it to a T. But they just found out that it wasn't, and Joyce knew that this was some type of government-related thing. Now, we push forward. Hopper finds out it was cotton. Joyce was right, which I don't know how the hell Joyce figured that out. I probably would have been on a team on the side where I didn't think that was I kind of thought that was my kid, because, bro, that's some deep shit to know that they went to the furthest extent to say, hey, give him a funeral, autopsy, this, that, and the other. And, to think about it, bro, what if, bro, Joyce would have never had the brains to say, that wasn't my son? The government would have kind of took over that whole situation and had her son still stuck in the upside down. But we kind of push forward, and Hopper comes to Joyce's house. Now, this is crazy. Now, people, you do stuff like this and people think you're going crazy, bro. Seriously, it's all about being open-minded, because I feel like this, you guys. Shout out to the open-minded people out there, because you guys are perfect, man. Because I feel like some people say, hey, you're crazy, you're doing this, you're on drugs. Bro, some people be right about shit, bro. I'm sorry to tell you guys, the world is a fucked up place. It really is. The world is messed up. The way the world is ran is jacked up. I'm serious. I'm being honest right now. It's jacked up, and Stranger Things, they incorporate some stuff like that. It makes you think. The world is just jacked up. And what's up, Donnie? Donnie saying just stopping in to support what's happening, Hawkins fam. I may not fully know what's going on, but I'm supporting anyway. Brick gang. What's up, Heat? What's up, Donnie? Donnie, we got the last of the stream continue tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Definitely, man. So let me see. Sound said whatever happened to Callie, we didn't get get hardly anything of her except that one episode when where she go? Is she coming back? She had a cool power 8. In the comic book, she kind of comes back in a certain way. I don't want to spoil it because they might do it. But if you read the comic, she definitely comes back, but it's a certain type of way. So yeah, she definitely comes back. It's a certain type of way. I don't know if they're gonna do it in season 5. Adam said, "What up, everyone? The real mystery is whether or not the Hawkins lab is made of bricks." It is, Adam. It is made of bricks. Oh my God, Adam in the chat. What's up, man? But this is crazy. The world is like a jacked up place, and this is why I said this episode is gonna be crazy. Because think about it. Hopper goes to Joyce's house and he tells her to be quiet. Remember? And this episode was kind of creepy in my opinion because he goes into Joyce's house and he tells her he's like shh, and she's thinking that it's her baby's father. She thinks that it's Will and Jonathan's dad. So they basically go in the house. He tells her to be quiet, and we find out we get a crazy shot panned over to where they're actually in the lab, Papa and everyone who works in the lab, and they're actually listening. They're actually listening to freaking Joyce, bro. They have mics and everything in their house. Yes, they have mics and everything, and that's what I said. The world is a jacked up place. I know it's a TV show, but it kind of makes you think, like how you guys we always got somebody in our family, friends, cousins, whoever that has a brain where it's like, I know I got people that that's like that. That's like, hey man, don't put me on FaceTime. I knew a guy, guys. Fun fact, I knew a guy that I used to work with. He had tape over his iPhone. Like I swear, bro, he had tape over his camera. You know how iPhones have the front camera? He had tape over the front of his camera. And I asked him one day because he had his phone sitting in front of us. We used to have lunch together and stuff. And I was like, hey man, I ain't trying to be, in your business, but I want to ask, why do you got tape on the front of your camera? And this is how like the Stranger Things talk is. He's like, bro, you never know if someone's watching you. Like me right now, I'm going on stream or I got a webcam going. You like maybe it's other like basically inserts through your shit where government is looking, and that's what Stranger Things focused on in the lab. Hopper, they find out they actually have mics. And think about it, guys. It takes that one person like Joyce to act crazy, and you're thinking she's going ape shit crazy, and you don't believe her, but the whole time she's right. And we find out she was the key. Joyce basically led everything to the lab and everything. Look, the lab is so deep, right, guys? Have you ever thought about this? And this is for people that is like your Stranger Things. You're a big fan like myself. Look, you guys, we find out that the lab is so freaking powerful, man. It's connected to Russia. The lab is connected to the Russians, bro. Like we found out it's in the bottom of Scoops Ahoy. Not Scoops Ahoy, it's the bottom of Starcourt Mall. And they actually have something going on trying to basically open the gate back up. That shows you how fucked up the lab and the government was in this TV show, bro. They knew what this gate did. They knew what it caused, and they knew what was going on. When you sit there and think about it, that's why they wanted 11 so bad. They wanted 11 so bad because she was very strong and she opened the gate. So why wouldn't they want her? They're like, bro, we know she's strong. Maybe she can open it back up. And if you ever thought, they never showed it. And you guys, you got to pay attention. They never showed it because Papa never got the chance. He did kind of in season 4, but she had to leave. She left. The man came in. She took the helicopter down. But I found out as I keep watching Stranger Things, bro, Papa wanted her. It's Stranger Things, Melissa. The show I'm talking about is Stranger Things. Papa, what's up, man? I got my guy Eyes and Ears in the chat, man. What's up, Eyes and Ears? And what's up, gang? What's up? What's up, man? What is up? But we kind of find out basically that Yeah, it was connected to Russia and everything, and they wanted 11. They wanted 11 because they didn't just want her to treat her like a slave and make her patient and run. And it wasn't. Let me tell you guys something. They were not running tests for nothing. I will tell you that they were not running tests for nothing. They were actually running tests on 11 because let me tell you why. We find out in season 3 that they had something where they were opening the gate. They were opening the gate with that machine. Remember when Hopper, we thought he died and everything? They were opening that. And we seen, you got to think about how long season 3 was, all right? Season 3 was long as hell, in my opinion at least. But we keep getting these little scenes and glimpses of the gate like slowly opening, slowly opening. Now this is where they kind of know that basically they kind of know like, okay, the gate, what you got to do and everything. The kids are already having information on it, but they know that, you got to close the gates. The Demogorgons come from upside down. It's like a portal. But what's messed up, they know what's going on. They get 11. They try to run tests on her in season 4. Papa has her, and he puts her through this flashback, which was fucked, bro. He puts her through this flashback where she thinks that she's the monster. She thinks that she killed these kids. She thinks that she was the reason, these kids died. We see these kids, dead, right? We see these kids dead and everything. And he's running these tests to make her feel powerful. He's making her feel powerful because, 11 does get weak. She does get weak, she does get weak. You have to recharge, the salt, warm water, put her in the pool, close her eyes, and she charges up. That's the only weakness that Elle has, in my opinion. But we kind of push forward, and we kind of figure out that, 11, she is basically the main character. Some people done said Will was the main character. I heard people say Joyce was the main. Comment down below, my friend. That's a great question. Comment. Thanks, Larry. I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate it. I will drop it in the chat for you guys. Thanks, Larry. My guy Larry's always on it. But yeah, guys, look. Who is the main character of Stranger Things? That's the real question. In your heart. Because I feel like that's why people love Stranger Things, is because a lot of the characters feel like the main character because they always have stuff around them. And what's up, Joseph? What's up, Joseph, man? What's up? They always have stuff around them that makes them feel like the main character. It's like, think about it. Think about it, guys. Who is really the main character of Stranger Things? In my opinion, I'm going to say 11 because she's the heart. She starts and it might end. The season might end with 11. It might end with her, but we don't know. But I really do think that it's 11. But you got, it started with Will, and you got Hopper. Sometimes it's like, damn, does a story revolve around him? Then you got sometimes with Joyce. That's why I like Stranger Things. The character development is crazy. It is crazy. Yes, you guys, dropping those rabbit hole and break emojis. Now to say there is no main character, in my opinion. I believe everyone is a main character, which I agree with. That's how you know it's a good show because, look, every show, right, has down moments, in my opinion. I don't watch The U, I watch Haunted Hill House, I watch Power, I watch BMF, I watch all type of shows. I watch a little bit of everything, so it's not too much you can't tell me about a show because I watch all type of shows, right? Bro, usually shows have down moments. They have down moments, bro. And I'm going to tell you something. This show just doesn't have no down moments for me. Because when it pans over to a character, you want to hear what's going on with their story. Even with Nancy and Jonathan, with them being a duo, I like their story. Steve and Dustin, I like their story. Lucas, Dustin, and Mike, I like their story. Hell, I love Hopper's story. I love Alexi's story. All their stories were cool, bro. That's why I liked it. Million saying the movie Powder showed how silly we act against, how silly we humans act against the unknown. Their experiment showed his intellect was far past the testers, but they still asked him if he could understand them. Yeah, that's how Stranger Things is. It's like the Duffer Brothers are trying to show us something without showing us. I'm not saying that's how the world is. But it makes you think, and that's the job of a TV show. I see a lot of you guys saying that it goes, 11 is the main character. I definitely feel like, as we push forward with this, that okay, so we're talking about, have you seen Teen Wolf, the TV series? I have not seen Teen Wolf. I have not seen Teen Wolf. Are we good, guys? I see a million said we froze. Are we good? Just making sure we good. Give me a thumbs up or something, making sure we good. Are we good? Are we good, guys? Let me know something. All right, we good. We good. All right. But we kind of pushed through. And, all right, the lab. So, and, we get more of the lab. We get more of the lab with season 4 now. We find out that 11 actually has a sister. Have you guys ever thought about this? Is 8 really 11's sister? Think about that. Or is it just because they're numbered? I'm not trying to be funny. I thought about that. Is 11 and 8 really sisters? I don't think they're really sisters. I think it's like, because if you think of it like that, okay, if 11 and 8 are sisters, is Vecna and 11 brother and sister? Think about that, guys. If 8, because the government, I said the government, the lab did it. And they're tattooing kids, guys. They're tattooing kids on the wrist. They're numbering them like they're an item. That's why I said the lab is fucked, man. It is fucked. And it makes me think, so is that technically like the case? Is 11 and Vecna like technically brothers through a tattoo, brother and sister? Because 8 is not 11's real sister, man. I think they're likes. I think they were close because we get that flashback in the lab. Remember, we get a flashback of 11 and 8, and they're in this like white room and they're playing with like toys and everything. I think they were just close. I don't think they were real bloodline. I think they were like real close friends. That's all I can say. But you got to read the comic, man. I don't think they were real like brother and sister. Because if that's the case, you're going to have to say that Vecna and 11 is brother and sister technically. That's what's messed up, because when you think about this now, Pop-Up, man, he's jacked up, bro. He's jacked up. I know he tried to do some type of character build with him like towards season 4 when we knew he was gonna check out and everything. But look, man, when you sit here and think about that man is fucked, bro. Because look, these kids, and we don't know too much about them. We just know that they're a project. All right, we're gonna say project. They're a project. They're a patient, and they're considered a product, right? And we see Elle, right? This shows you how they treat these kids, right? We see Elle coming out of the lab. She escapes the lab. The gang. I'm gonna call them the gang because that's what they are to me. The gang finds them, and when they find her, she acts like she has no common sense, right? I'm not saying anything or I'm not being, she just acts like she has no common sense. She can't speak. She doesn't even know what certain food, she didn't even know what food was, like certain food was, to be honest. How I find that very funny. She didn't know what food was, but she has a Coke can right next to her. Okay, that's crazy. But moving on, they talk to her, and Mike is talking to her. She doesn't know that you shouldn't take her clothes off in front of boys. She's like a rock. Her brain is like a rock. And what's up, my guy DJ, man? What is up, DJ? What is up, DJ, man? I got DJ Heifer in the chat. I think they're like sisters, but I don't think they're actual sisters. Yeah, I don't think they're actual sisters. You guys read the comic. Read the comic, man, and you will understand. I like all of those characters. I'm trying to make sure. But yeah, so she comes out, right? And she meets Mike and everybody, and they're talking to her, and she kind of, her vocabulary is kind of off. She doesn't know too much, and Mike's having to put her on game, and she's basically a runaway. Mike has her in the basement, and he's asking her these regular human questions. And this is what's crazy, though. That's what I'm saying, bro. This is deep. Elle, she can't talk for real. She doesn't know what type of food she likes. She doesn't know anything. But on the other hand, Vecna, and you see like 8, and you see these other kids in this situation, they actually have like a brain. But it's like, I want to know, like, did you like fry Elle brain a little bit or something? It's like, because she can't think. She gets smarter through the show, but she's kind of like she's numb type shit. I don't know how to explain it, but she just basically is shown. She's the example. I feel like Elle's the example. She's the one that shows us how they get treated. We don't see too much of them, which I would like to see more of the lab, because that's where it starts. But all she knows is Papa. She knows Papa, and she knows these badass flashbacks of her getting locked in the closet. Which, yeah, and it's crazy because I wonder what made the Duffers push in that direction towards the season 4. Because at first they were demons, bro. I'm gonna just say the word demons. Like Papa, everybody who worked for him, the people that was in the white and blue van, they were all like bad people. That's what they call them, bad people. So remember this part where, and you guys got to follow me. I remember this part where it kind of made me feel weird because, like I said, Elle's my favorite character, but they literally treat this girl like a prisoner. Elle was what? Like, was she like 14? Probably a little younger than that. I can't even remember her age in season 1, but she was a baby, bro. They're literally grabbing her by the arms, and because she's not cooperating with his experiment, his project. And you got to think, you guys, every time we see flashbacks in the lab, basically, we always see Elle getting tested on. She's always getting tested on, literally, bro. Like, if you go back and watch a lot of the scenes, you'll see her sometimes. But most of the time, she was a test dummy. I'm going to just be honest. Elle was a test dummy, bro. They always were having her for tests and everything. And you got to think, it was a scene where they actually get Elle off her feet and take her to a hole. Now, I know we all got family members that's in jail or in prison. They're treating this girl like she's in jail. They put her in a hole. They throw her in a dark room and shut the door. Luckily, Elle has powers, and she breaks open. She escapes, and she kills the guards. You got to think, these people are putting these kids in situations to make them bad people. Elle just decided to take a different route. Look at her sister, you guys. Have you ever thought about this? 8 is probably the way she is. Remember, we see in season 2 that she's actually robbing banks, and we kind of find out with 8, bro, that she actually wants revenge on everyone who worked at Hawkins' lab. Now, we never seen what happened to 8, really. Now, I would like to see that. We see what happens to Elle, but if her and 8 was like this, right? If her and 8 were close, have you ever thought about this? Bro, they probably was jacking 8 up, bro, because she obviously, I want to say she's the same age as Elle. I don't think she's the same age. She's a little older than Elle, I want to say. But anyways, she wants revenge. She has these badges and everything. And I'm going to tell you something. For her to want that much revenge to the point, she's putting these Hawkins lab badges on the table. And she's like, bro, locate them. They did this to your mom. They did this to me. And they did this. We're going to get them. And they go to this guy's house. And make a long story short, they have I want to say they have a gun. I think 8 has a gun. I want to say 8 has a gun. But Elle, like, no, I don't want to do that. So Elle could have actually been a villain if she wanted to. Because it's seeming like now that I'm thinking about it, it's like Hawkins creates bad people, bro. Like, it seems like when you see them, it's like, no, they're just helping them with their telekinetic powers and trying to help them seek the way they're going to, project their power out there. No, they're making them bad people. They're literally troopers for Hawkins' lab. And Papa, he kind of try to makes it seem sweet, like I'm trying to help you. You got these people, you got to think, okay, this is deep. This is some deep ass shit, you guys. Matter of fact, I got to put it up. I have to put it up because we're in it right now. I feel like we're in it right now. So I'm about to just put it up right now because I feel like we're in it right now while my viewers is going. Guys, I repeat, we are approaching
to the upside down.
So you guys, I feel like we're in a rabbit hole now. Comment rabbit hole emojis in the chat if you got the emoji. But man, think about this. Have you ever thought about this? We see flashbacks of how Terry got treated. If you guys don't know who Terry is Eleven's mom. She's Eleven's mom. And yes, I know it's to the point they kind of write this character out where it seems like she doesn't even have parents and she's all alone by herself. And we're going to get talking about some more with this picture too, because Elle wasn't just getting messed over by Papa. We had bullies also that was in this lab. We get scenes from season 4. But think about this. We have a picture right here with, we're going to count these kids out. All right, I can't count all. I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And I'm going to just do 1. 16. I just counted 16, right? Think about this. If they're taking kids, right, and they're doing what they're doing, they fried Eleven's mom's brain. The moment, think about it. I have a kid myself. Yes, I have a kid that is about to be 1 year old, man. And I seen, like I said, it's going to be dark. I seen the process of a female having a kid and what they go through with the doctors around them, how they tag the baby and do all this, right? So in this show, Eleven's mom has her, right? And we get this flashback where they actually take 11. Papa is right there. So that shows you something. Papa's right next to the doctors. And that shows you how much power Papa has, bro. He took 11 at birth. He didn't wait months. He didn't wait weeks. He didn't even wait a day. He did it on her birthday. He took her and made her. So we find out that they don't tattoo him off back. They kind of wait till they get a little older. Because I was going to say, that is bad right there. I don't even want to think about that. But we kind of see that he takes him at birth. So think about this. If he took 11, 11 is number 11 of the projects he's doing, which is the kids. I'm going to call them the projects because that's what they are, bro. Seriously, But so you're telling me with all these kids right here, now this is deep. This man right here in this brown or gray suit, he was at each and every one of their parents' birth. And he took them. This is the stuff I don't hear people talk about with Stranger Things. And like I said, they try to do some type of job where in season 4, it kind of made you feel for him like he's literally Elle's papa. He's not Elle's papa. I can't remember, and I don't want to kind of get that deep, but I can't remember if him and Elle's mom I don't want to talk about that, but you know what I'm saying? I can't remember if him and Elle's mom kind of, made Elle, if that makes sense. I don't remember. I think Elle has her own father, but if that's the case, that's real. That makes it even 50 times deeper. If he was talking to Terry, he was talking to Eleven's mom and shit, and Eleven's mom was obviously some type of patient because she had the telekinetic stuff going on, but he fried her brain, so she can't even know how to project her powers like Elle. But that's what's crazy, man. And Elle was only one of them that escaped. He was only one of them that escaped, and the rest of them was killed, bro. The rest of them was killed. The rest of them was killed by one, which is Vecna. And this is something I want you guys to answer after this, because this is going to make it kind of, I was thinking about this. Do you guys feel like the things that Vecna is doing right now in this season, do you feel like it's technically revenge? Because when you sit there and think about it, guys, Papa had him, he was number one. So you got to think, Vecna, if he was number one out the group, he was number one out the group, out of the whole group, right? And we all the way up to 11. All right, we all the way up to 11, and he was number one. You got to think how much stuff Vecna went through. He kind of told Elle like the stuff he went through as a testing dummy with him. She kind of tells him like, you know, what she went through. It kind of exchange or everything, and he's telling her like, you know, we're not the bad ones. They're the bad ones. They're the bad ones. But comment down below. Do you guys feel like we see Vecna in season 4? He kind of, you know, pushes forward, and he's like him and Elle has this beef now because Elle did what she did. But if you sit there and think about it, guys, yes, Vecna is a bad person. We did with those kids are terrible. He wiped. I'm gonna just say that. I'm gonna just keep it clean. He wiped everybody clean in the lab, except like Papa, and you know he wiped them clean. But before that, do you guys feel like, you know, the stuff he was telling Elle was like understandable? You know, he's telling her he has this thing in his neck to stop him from doing his powers, or do you think it was like an act? We kind of find out, you know, in the flashback he had these powers. And matter of fact, no. I just thought about it. Wipe that shit. Never mind. Vecna's no. Yeah, it is revenge. But I just thought about it. I got my answer, guys. Sorry. It was like, that's why I'm saying Vecna's very tricky. That's why it's like some people like Vecna. I'm in a lot of Stranger Things groups out there. I literally see people that like Vecna, bro. Like Thanos, like from, you know, Avengers. They like Vecna. I swear, bro. I'm like, damn, how can you like Vecna? But I saw someone make a post in the group talking about how, like, it was a whole post, bro. I read it was like 2 weeks ago. They were talking about how you have to understand Vecna. But I'm like, I kind of won't. And I think about it because you saw what he did to his parents. We see what he do to his parents. He always has some type of wicked stuff attached to him. He's kind of, you know, messing around with the spider and everything, but you know, the evilness got worse when he one sec, guys. TikTok, I'm about to end this off right now. If you want to, 3 of you guys that's on here, if you want to come over to the channel, it's I Like Scary on Instagram. Love you guys. Peace. But as we proceed through everything, and talking about Vecna, you got to think. It kind of makes you think about it because we see that 8 is technically, she's on the bad people's side. She's robbing banks, and she's not doing no good deeds like Elle and trying to rescue friends. So it kind of makes you like think like, bro, this lab was fucked, bro. But he didn't. It's weird. It is so weird when I think about it because it's like, bro, now that I think about it, he didn't get Vecna at birth. That's what I'm saying. I know that they're doing a prequel, not a prequel, but they're doing a spinoff that I hope is a prequel for Stranger Things because it's a lot of before things that need to be explained, especially the topic that we're on right now that's including this lab. I feel like they should do a spinoff that connects with the lab, seriously, because look how many unanswered questions we have. I'm not saying Stranger Things is bad. I love it. It's my all-time favorite TV show, but there's some things that needs to be explained. Like, okay, we see that he didn't get one. He didn't get, oh my God, I see a great, oh my, Karma. I see a great comment. Karma. Yes, this is a great comment, Karma. I love it. Karma said, it makes me think maybe 8 joined Vecna's side, which I swear, I wasn't going to say it right now, Karma, but I felt that something like this is going to come up as we're talking about Hawkins' lab possibly creating these kids into being villains. You know, they're working for Papa. They're not only good when it's Elle. Only good when that fights back from the looks of it. It's 11, bro. So think about it. If 8, when 11 came across her sister's path, right? And she's talking to her and she's explaining to her why I came to see you, you're my sister. You know, Papa did this. I left the lab. And, you know, and they kind of have these moments where they're talking about it. And 11's kind of trying to tell them, like, yeah, we got to get out of this. And think about it. 11 even tried to talk to her, Karma. 11 even tried to talk to her like, hey, I don't want to be bad. You remember they was upstairs in that little, I'm gonna call it looked like a skybox where 11, it was upstairs where 11 was sleeping. And she's like, you know, she's like, I'm leaving. And, you know, 8 is like, why are you leaving? She's like, I'm going back. I got friends. And 8 is like, no, don't go back. And 8 is already addicted to 11 because they have, this is another thing. They have different powers. They have different powers, guys. 11 has a power where she can travel and find, she's a GPS. She can find where people is. And she can also obviously bring people back to fucking life. She can obviously bring people back to fucking life. So she has different powers from 8. Now, 8 has powers where she basically can make you feel that you're hallucinating. She can put brick walls in front of you, literally brick walls, and she can make you think you're gonna run into a wall, and she can make, you know, herself disappear type shit. I started doing some like types of invisible type of thing. But they all have different powers, but she was saying that they can be powerful. She was kind of trying to convert L over to being, you know, that thing, like a villain, basically. You guys, we have 35 likes. If you haven't smashed the like button, I see a lot of new people in here. Definitely smash the like button, guys. It definitely helps, and it pushes to Stranger Things fans, and it helps, you know, once this video is in replay, and I appreciate it, guys. But so when you think about it, what if Vecna recruits? Look, they find out. Look, they find out Vecna's weakness, right? They find out his weakness. They find out it. You put the headphones on, and you know you listen to music. It keeps you woke, and yeah, they just find out his weakness, right? And now we know 11's weakness. You know, she gets weak, but it's technically not a weakness. She just gets weak eventually after kicking ass and using her powers. She just gets weak eventually. That's how it is with Elle. But we don't know a significant weakness of hers. At least I don't know. You know, I only see her weak when she uses her powers. Well, what if it's like that? He uses her sister against her. You know, what if we're talking about him recruiting Will. What if he recruits 8? You know, what if he comes into 8's brain like he did Max? You know, and Vecna's very smart. He's very smart. He acts like a creature, but he thinks like a human. That's the thing. You would think that he's creature all around. You know, he thinks like a creature. He is a creature, bro. You ever thought about that with Vecna? He thinks like a human, but he looks like a creature. Like he has knowledge. He knows stuff. He got transformed into something. It will be crazy. Sounded said waffles are her weakness, man. He said, well, and he also said, in my opinion, the only reason why 11 is good is because she does the friends. She haven't met them, would she be right now? I think 11 would have been a good one. And you guys answer that question. That's a great question. If 11 would have never came across, you know, the gang, do you guys think that 11 would have been good, or would she have kind of been converted over to a villain? Personally, I'm going to say she would have been good because remember that scene there in Benny's Burgers, and basically the Hawkins lab, they're on a search for Elle, which is fucking crazy. They're rolling through these neighborhoods in these big ass white vans with Hawkins lab biggest day on them, and they're just trying to get this one kid. They're sending helicopters and armies and everything, and you know, people didn't even know. That is what's so crazy to me. People did not even know they were handling these kids this way in this big building, Hawkins lab. They didn't know. They just thought Hawkins lab, okay. No, they were really having shit going on in this building whole time. People just was going across it. If it would have never been no issue with Will or nothing like that, they would have never thought of that. They would have never knew about it. You know what I'm saying? So we kind of, you know, pushed through and everything. And when you sit there and think about it, I'm going to say she would have been a good person because 11 only killed, and we're going to talk, I can't wait to get into these character episodes. Right now, I'm kind of trying to do the layout. Right now, we're doing a blueprint. We're only on the 3rd episode of Welcome to Hawkins, man. And we've been talking about, like, the stuff around, because this show is that big. You got to cover, you know, we covered the Hawkins in general. We did the Upside Down. Now we're on the lab. Now, next episode, we're going to kind of get into, like, characters and stuff like that and backgrounds and going to get good, man. Seriously. And they're going to get into like seasons at a time. Oh, it's going to be crazy. But she, I would say 11. She's not bad. You know, she kind of protects herself. It's like she has no choice. I would say, sounded. I would say that Elle, she doesn't have a choice. She does stuff out of, oh, I have to do this because if I don't do this, then I'm going to get hurt. If you think about it, that's exactly how Elle is. She only does things off of her being in danger. I never seen Elle hurt somebody like just to hurt them. You know what I'm saying? Only thing I seen Elle do was eat a fucking squirrel. You guys, a lot of people, I remember I told somebody that, they were like, Elle ate a squirrel? Yes, Elle actually ate a squirrel, guys, I swear. If you look at season 2, where she, remember that in season 1, she does the Demogorgon stuff and she gets took up. Fun fact, 11 was supposed to die in season 1, but everyone loved her character so much they brought her back. So 11 was actually supposed to die with that chalkboard scene and Demogorgon. It was like wipe her clean, no Millie Bobby Brown. They brought her back because people like myself, she became their favorite character. But yeah, 11 was, bro, she ate a whole squirrel, bro. She killed it with her. That was the most thing, I mean, the most crazy shit I ever seen Elle do, like on her own conscience without being in danger. It was almost like only the strong survive type thing when she did that. She killed a squirrel, she cooked it, she ate it. But I feel like she only does things off reaction. Like, she doesn't just kill. She doesn't just walk around, cracking necks with her head and moving things and just killing people. 8 obviously does. Now 8, it's so weird. It's how the Duffers write. The Duffers write this lab like it creates these villains. And Elle's the one that survives this villain, shit that's going on. We got 8, and we kind of understand her because she wants revenge on the people. It's like she's targeting only people that worked at Hawkins' lab, from what I see. She got a lot of badges and everything, so then it was Hawkins' lab, and she started getting addresses and stuff from Elle. But Vecna, his shit started when he was a kid, bro. He wasn't even in Hawkins' lab. He was at home, tight-ass church sweater on, and he's just playing with spiders in the floorboards and everything, and shit starts leaking out with him, his personality, and he kills his parents. So Papa actually didn't have nothing to do with Vecna. Papa didn't have anything to do with that. So it was almost like, see, that's what I'm saying. We're in a fucking rabbit hole. Is it like, did Vecna convert Papa to being bad or some shit? Like, did Papa see something dark in Vecna as a kid, and it made him want to proceed the dark side with the kids and make them dark because his first kid he obtained for projects was Vecna, and Vecna was dark? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm thinking. Like, it's so deep, bro. The lab is the cause of everything, seriously. And what made it crazier was the fact that Russians were connected to it at some point. Like, it was, the Russians weren't fully connected to the lab, but they were doing the same tactics and steps as the lab. They had this thing going. It's crazy when you think about it. It's like, damn, was Papa working for Vecna? Like, not working for him, but it was like I don't know. It's like, was Papa like converted to being the bad guy because he saw some type of darkness in Vecna? Because we see a scene where Vecna is in a tattoo chair getting his tattoo, and Papa's tattooing him, and he's like whining, but dude, you just killed your parents. You literally lifted your mom in the air and you did the little thing where the orange crack and everything. You've been dark. Vecna's been dark, bro. That has nothing to do with Hawkins' lab, nothing to do with Papa, bro. So, they're both fucked up people, if you ask me. I just think Papa was worse because of what he did to the kids and how he handled them and how he used them as test dummies, Karma said she would have been good, but probably still confused about stuff. I agree, Karma. I think she would have been good, but she would have still been curious. She would have still been wondering and, just want to know things and just confused about, why do I do this? And you got to think. Say if Vecna didn't kill the kids in the lab, right? Say if he didn't kill them. And they somehow got free like 11. They got free. They walked away scotch-free. Think about that. He screwed these kids. Papa screwed these kids, and these kids haven't went to school. These kids they don't have friends. Do you guys remember when Mike told Elle, they were upstairs in the room and Mike told Elle, he said, friends don't lie. And she was like, friends. She didn't even know what friends were. That's what makes me say this lab is fucked. The lab has been a cause of so many things. It's been a cause of these kids and the patients. It's created villains. It's connected to the Upside Down. It had the first gate that went into the fucking Upside Down. And then we haven't even touched on the fact what they did with Will. Bro, they knew Will was in there. Bro, that's how look, they had these people, these troops, whatever you want to call them, they had these troops. Russell said if she had met the gang of friends, she would have been a different person. Yeah, I think she would have been a different person. Well, I don't know if you would say that she was going to be a villain. She might have had a dark side to her, like some darkness. And now when I say darkness to her, I don't even mean like 8. No, 8 has like darkness, but she seemed cool. She wasn't like dark like Papa and Vecna. She was just like a badass, if that makes sense. 8 was like a badass. Like she was just like, I'm cool, but I want revenge. I'll kill, I'll rob, I'll steal. I won't have to pay for nothing because I got powers type of thing. 11 wouldn't do that sometimes. 11 did steal waffles. I'm not going to lie. 11 did go into the store and the grocery store, walk out the door with the waffles and slam their doors in the clerk's face. But that's, waffles. I know it's bad. Stealing is stealing. A thief is a thief. But 8 was stealing money. Remember, 8 and her friends, they were taking money out the banks. That's different from, it's still stealing, but she took waffles. They had bags of money. They're chased by cops, So it was like, did Elle even know that she was stealing? Did she even know she was stealing? That's what I'm saying. The lab actually makes you think. It makes you think like, bro, how fucked up they had these kids out here, bro. The kids did not have brains. They were like, bro, Elle didn't know what egos. She didn't know nothing. She didn't know how to operate. She didn't know anything. She was literally a blank brain out here, bro. That's why I think it was so cool that in the end we found out that her and Mike likes each other. Mike helps her. He takes her in. He teaches her. And she starts to get adapted to everyday life. And it was just like, that's how we get used to Elle. And it's like she was a brand new baby. Like, you got to think, 11 was technically a newborn baby that can walk, talk. Well, she can make sounds with her mouth and kind of put out words, just random words out there. But she was technically like a newborn baby. Like, she didn't know shit. Santa said, I actually meant that she not met friends. She wanted to be who she is now. The friends gave her structure, family, love, and purpose. Had she not met them, she probably would never have gotten any. Yes, that is true. Her meeting Mike and all of them was the best thing that happened to her. I'm not going to say that 11 would have died because she can definitely hold her own. But it gave her, I love what you said with purpose. It definitely gave her a purpose. And it gave her meaning. She kind of helped them find Will. They loved her for that, but she still had problems that came with her. I know people out there that hates 11. They hate like this because she's the cause of everything, which is true. 11 actually is the cause of what's going on currently with Stranger Things. Now, she's not the cause of the shit Papa did. That ain't got nothing to do with Elle. Elle was just, her. She was her own person, but she did open the gate. That's why Lucas had said that. He was like, we're all looking for the monster. Have you ever thought, what if she's the monster? Now, that was deep when he said that because it's not like she's the monster on purpose, but 11 is the cause. And it was accidental. It was accidental because she was protecting herself. Once again, like I said, 11 will protect herself at all costs. That's the only time you see a side of her come out, And remember through season 4, they kind of touch on that, maybe Elle's the monster. We see these flashbacks of kids laying down dead. And, Elle's like, am I the monster? She's having these flashbacks, because her brain is that fried. She can't even remember if, like, damn, did I do this when I broke out? Did I hurt these kids? And Vecna, the whole time, he's pushing forward in the lab, making her think he's making 11 think like, you know, you did this and Papa's the cause and shit like that. You know, Papa's the cause of everything. And whole time, bro, it was him. It was Vecna the whole time, having her, you know, thinking that she was a bad person. And I think that, you know, the Duffers actually knew that we thought that. That's why they put that in the story. It was like a twist. That was a twist, actually. Yep, that was out. You can say it. You can actually say that was a twist in the TV show. We actually think that 11's like might be the villain out of the whole series. We're like, holy shit, like Elle might be bad. But I knew, bro, in my heart, I knew 11's not capable. She's capable of killing. But I didn't think she would do anything like that. So I'm like, nah, something's going to be up. And we kind of hear about, you know, Vecna. We see, and I started, and comment down below, you guys, at what point in season 4 did you know that one was Vecna? What point did you know? Now, that's one thing I spotted early. I'm like, bro, because at first, look, man, I'm going to tell you the truth. I remember thinking that Victor Creel was Vecna, but until they started explaining his background, I remember thinking that Robert Englund was going to be Vecna, because you got to think, you see Chrissy and everything, and you see like this Nightmare on Elm Street like scenes. You see these scenes where it's like basically he's chasing, he's coming down the stairs. You see a silhouette of him, and it's super Freddy Krueger, bro. I'm like, oh shit, they're gonna make Freddy Krueger the villain. Like, you know, like Robert Englund, we're making the villain. It's all making sense. But I started seeing little things with Vecna. They're showing these flashbacks. I'm like, bro, he's gonna be Vecna. Watch, and he's just playing his role. He's playing his role. But you guys, we got 36 likes. If you haven't definitely smashed the like button, it definitely helps. We got some cool announcements coming soon, so definitely. Let me see. Karma said, I think one of her weaknesses could be losing Mike because she gets emotional whenever she loses him. Yeah, you know, so basically you're saying love, because that's love, because Mike is like that too. His weakness is Elle, so it's like vice versa. And I definitely agree with Karma. I think if something, and we see that Nancy has this flashback, and a lot of people, they just breeze. They were like, nah, I'm just go over that. But I didn't. I kind of, I look at everything when it comes to Stranger Things. She sees that Mrs. Wheeler and Holly and Mike are dead. When Vecna's showing her like the future, he says that, Hawkins will fall. He says it to Nancy, Hawkins will fall, and he shows the gates. He shows the gates opening. He shows it cracking and everything, and it happened actually. It actually happened. And we see Holly and everyone dead. That's the only thing that happened. And so it kind of makes me scared, because I'm like, that would be fucked. That would be completely fucked if we find out that everything that Vecna put in their brains and showed them was 100% true. Everything was true. Everything came to, present. And I'm like, bro, when I seen that, I'm like, holy shit. Like, I hope that doesn't happen, because then what Karma said comes into play. And it's possible, Karma. It's possible that Elle, that's her weakness, that Mike, if he dies, that tears her down. Because even in season 4, she's on a table and Mike is talking to her in the Surfer's Boys Pizza. He's like, I love you and stuff. And, you got to fight. You got to fight. And he's telling her you got to fight and everything. And I really do think that you're on to something, Karma. Like, I knew that it could possibly, play out like that. I just hope it doesn't. I don't want to see Mike die, because I love Mike as a character, seriously. So, Russell said, I think Papa was working. He said, I think Papa was working for Vecna. I definitely agree. I think it's something deeper. I think it's something where Vecna is actually the darkness, which we know. I think Vecna's the darkness, and it's something that happened between the lines with Papa and Vecna, and it wasn't mainly Papa, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to put everything on Papa. I'm going to put something on young Vecna. I'm going to say young Vecna, which being the flashback we seen of him, and he's he killed his parents and everything. It has to be something. Yup, 11 created Vecna. That's right. So she created her own enemy. Yup, sounded. 11 didn't really know about stealing though. Yup, she didn't know anything. She just thought like, hey, I'm hungry. Take the shit. I'm out. Carmen said she broke her own rule about friends don't lie because she was lying to Mike about what was really happening. That is very true. I think what happened is that, like I said in the beginning, Karma, you gotta think the lab is very dangerous, bro. Like the lab is, bro. It's to me, in my opinion, the lab is just as dangerous as the Upside Down. You got these guys, you know, they're in lab uniform and gear. They have, some of them have torches, some of them have guns, and I think, to be honest, she was just trying to save him, like, you know, Mike said. She just, you gotta think, this whole situation, Karma, with like Stranger Things and Hawkins in general, is deep. It's deep because, especially for 11, she comes from the lab. It starts with her. She knows what happens with this shit. She knows how they treat kids. And hell, maybe Elle, you ever thought about this, Karma? Maybe Elle thought maybe they'll capture you guys too. But she finds out that she does not. They don't even want, you know, Mike and Dustin. They don't even care for them. We don't want you. You guys go. Just give us Elle. Because obviously, you know, they don't have powers or nothing. But I think Elle still thought they would still take them or do something to them. They didn't even care for it at a certain point until they started seeing like, hey, you guys are trouble. You're giving us a harder time than we supposed to be having with Elle. So we're going to kill you if you, which is fucked up. But, you know, that's what I think she was just, you know, trying to protect them. She didn't want them to get in a situation that is attached to her. From my knowledge, it looked like she wanted to protect them. Russell said towards the middle of season 4. Yup. Alden said when I first saw Vecna in Screen, I knew it was Henry, aka One. I had strong feeling, and when you look at his face, they look similar in structure. Yeah. I knew because of, okay, the reason I knew was because it was the certain way. It was the look. I kind of found out when he was kind of telling her, he was reminding her a lot. And I'm like, watch, he's going to connect it to some of this shit that he's telling her. He's going to be connected. And I just felt it. He's going to be connected in some way, shape, or form. And he really was. And it was the way he was wording things. And it was almost like he was trying to convert 11 to something. At this point, I didn't know he was evil or anything. I'm not going to sit up here and lie and say I knew that he was evil. I didn't know he was evil. I thought that he was like just... Because, hey, I will say this. I will. Vecna, One, whatever you want to call him, at some point, you kind of thought he was like on some hero shit, bro. I didn't think he was bad immediately. I thought he was at a point, he was like on some hero shit. Like he was just like trying to help her out because they were in it together. And it was almost like they kind of say he was in her conscience. It was so confusing at a certain point. I'm not even about to lie. I had to sit down and think about it like long and hard. I'm like, hold up, is he in her conscious? Or is he there? Or what? And we kind of found out it was a flashback in a flashback. I'm like, oh shit, this is crazy. It was a flashback inside of a flashback. Like, so it was 11's flashback with a flashback of Vecna and 11 in her flashback. That's how deep the Duffers right. That's how deep that shit got in season 4. It was listen to me again, guys. It was 11's flashback. And inside of her flashback was Vecna. Inside of 11's flashback. That was fucking crazy, bro. Like when we find out, I'm like, bro, whole time okay. And it was like, oh my God. It was like, okay, it was 11's flashback inside. Vecna was in her flashback inside of 11's flashback. And she was in the lab. Back capture in the fucking lab, bro. That's how crazy that shit was. Like, whole time, this brain hurts. Like, she was portrayed as young 11. She was portrayed in her conscious as young 11. This is how fucked up the lab is. This is how fucked the lab is. Her conscious had her thinking she was young 11. The whole time, she was older 11, talking to the regular one. Whole time, it was Vecna talking to her. I'm like, this shit is crazy. I remember seeing that. It was a stop the world moment. I'm like, hold the hell up. Literally, hold the hell up. It was so many layers in that scene with the reveal. I'm like, the lab is fucked. Papa, you caused this. That's why I said the lab is fucked. Papa had 11 in water, had her thinking that she was in Hawkins talking to a patient, and he slides up his fucking wrist and shows his number. He shows his number, so she didn't even know she was talking to a fucking a number. She thought that she was talking to somebody who worked in Hawkins' lab, which he had the white on like the others. But it was like, what the fuck? That shows you how that lab operates. They made you be in a situation that you were not even in the whole time. That is mind blowing right there. Carrie said, "Hello everyone, popping in the show, love, and sorry it's been too long. That I've been away. It's all right, Carrie. What's up, Carrie? What is up? And by the way, Carrie, you have hit 7 months today. Saying, hey, months been scary. 7 months being scary. I love it, you guys. If you haven't, definitely check out Carrie's YouTube channel. Super cool, great friend of mine. And definitely, you guys, congratulate her on 7 months. Congratulate her on 7 months, man. Vecna gave everyone a cliff notes of what to come in their visions. Everything came true. Yup, that is true. It's like when you think about it, Vecna's smartest, bro. I don't even look. Vecna's not stronger than L. I'm going to sit here and say it to you. Vecna is not stronger than 11. He's not stronger than 11. He's smarter than 11. I will say that Vecna's very smart, bro. The mind games he play is off the chain, bro. The mind games that man plays off the chain. Tyler said when Henry told 11 about the chip in his neck, dead giveaway he was Vecna. Yup. I agree. When he had the chip, it was something holding him back. I'm like, oh, he's like, bro, I can't go. And then 11 took it out. I'm like, fuck. The way they kind of exaggerated the whole scene, and the chip comes out the neck. I'm like, fuck. This is bad right here. This is bad. Oh, yep. Carmen said, I didn't trust him at first, but then I'm like, wait, he could be the bad guy. And he was. Yep. That's how they wrote it, Karma. They wrote it like that. It was like they set it up to be like, okay, he was the good guy in the lab. He was one of the good ones. Almost like that guy. I forget his name all the fucking time. He's the guy, he's the doctor that 1 minute he wanted to be kind of strictly job and strictly white coat. And then he kind of wanted to be, then we agreed that Elle can go home. She didn't agree to it. He kind of confused me, but yeah, I really do think that that they wrote that perfect with Vecna. They wrote that perfect, and yeah, I just really think they did, man. It was great. A flashback, and the flashback sounded, yes. Russell said Vecna's like Freddy. I agree, he is literally like Freddy Krueger. Russell got the emojis going for us. Appreciate it. Sounda said the lab didn't understand the quality of the powerful kids. They could never understand it, and look what happened. 11 isn't at fault. The lab is. Yup. It's like look, I love what Sounda just said. Literally. It's like the lab, you shot yourself in the foot. The kids, and that's perfect. You got to think these kids, they didn't know the gift. They knew the gift that they had, but they didn't know how strong they could possibly be. Those moments and times where we get like these kids and they're in the lab and they're just in these, lab gowns and they're kind of fighting each other and everything. They just thought like, hey man, I don't know what's going on and everything. They kind of push forward, and we kind of figure out that they're actually making them stronger for something that's, that's on them. They're making them stronger for something that's basically like that's going to be on them later. Like you're trying to get them together for like some type of fight, some type of troops, some type of army, and whole time that's not the case. It's going to just shoot you on the foot later. Yup, that's his name, Karma. Dr. Owens. Dr. Owens is his name. Yup, Dr. freaking Owens. I'm not going to lie, guys. That, when you sit there and think about that, man, that shit was crazy. Like, and look, remember Dr. Owens? They get up from the upside down, you guys. And not good, guys. All right, but they get him from the upside down and they take him to the lab or the doctor or whatever, and they're trying to help them. They're trying to help Will get better and get 100%. And Dr. Owens is in there. You remember they're burning the stuff out of Will. They're trying to like do it, and we find out that Will is actually the eyes. Will is actually the eyes, guys. He's the eyes for the upside down and everything. And these guys find out. They find out like, hey, Will's the eyes and stuff like that. So, and what's crazy is, if you sit here and think about this, guys, when you really think about that, okay, is the lab the cause of all these deaths and everything with the upside down? Because, okay, we got gates now that are open through Hawkins all the way. Like, we got the gate for Chrissy. We got the gate for who else? It was 4 gates. I want to say it was 4 gates. It was Chrissy. It was the kid with the glasses. Hold up. It was Chrissy. It was the kid with the glasses. And because they opened all gates. I'm trying to think. Oh, it was the guy that was in the water. They lifted up, that Vecna lifted up and killed, beat Mickey from BMF. And it was one more. There was one more, bro. I forgot. Fred, yup, Karma. See, Karma, you're on it. Fred had the glasses. Yup, you're on it, Karma. Yup. Karma's on it. Fred had the glasses, but they opened the gate. They ended up opening the gates and everything. And the first gate was in the lab. And that's where it started. But 11 opened the gate that started everything, that created Vecna, that made it worse. So it's like the whole time, this is what I don't understand. Why the hell did the Hawkins lab, the troopers and everything, if they knew that they had the gate to the upside down right there in front of them, they're doing experiments and shit. They're going in there testing out demogorgons and all this shit and checking out the vines and the slimy stuff, going into the upside down with these rifles and shit. Why not just tell everybody what's going on? Like, it was like, that's what I'm saying with the lab. They were on some other shit anyways, bro. Like, they gotta think, they're actually responsible for 2 things. So that's why I said the lab is sick. They're fucking sick because, look, y'all had the kids as projects, right? Y'all had them as projects. We want to just be honest. Y'all had them as projects and everything. And then you're making them test dummies, and you got them as test dummies and having them battle each other with their powers and stuff like that. And then a situation happens where 11 opens the gate to some shit where it creates a villain It creates Vecna, and she opens the gate or whatever. And the gate is open right there in their home. We call the lab their home because that's where they're working at. Yeah, they're making it worse by going inside. So they're not just responsible for the kids and the projects and everything. They're also responsible for basically the lab having the gate and not trying to fix the problem before it happened. They're letting it just be there. They're just going in there and look, the whole time, think about this, guys. It's just fucked. They left the gate open, right? Demogorgons are coming through the gate, but they're also starting to find out. Look, because I'm guaranteed the first Demogorgon that came out, I'm going to say Will. I'm going to just play it safe and say Will was the first one that got took. I'm not going to say none. Okay, so Will was the first one that got took, right? I'm pretty sure that Demogorgon probably it had to come out that gate. And have you guys ever thought about this? Okay, if the first gate was in the Hawkins lab, right? The Demogorgons are very smart. That's one thing. They just can't see. But they're very smart. But think about it like this. So if they came through the gate that was in the lab and they done took Will, have you guys ever thought, like, what if once they came out, that's how they learned their surroundings and they kind of created their portals? Demogorgons, they had little portals and stuff too. Joyce's house was one at a time. The Byers' house was like a portal. So it was like the first Demogorgon came out the lab. It came out the gate. And when you sit there and think about it, they started getting worse. They started coming from everywhere and coming through the woods by Castle Byers and stuff like that. So I really do, when I sit there and think about it, it's fucking crazy, man. It's crazy. I really do think that when you sit here and think about it, the lab was the key to everything. It was just seriously key to everything. Sound said, well, fam, I have to get going. Great stream. Love your rants and rabbit holes. Can't wait for episode 4. Stay scary. Definitely, man. Definitely. I'm about to be wrapping up here soon myself. But I got some freaking announcements coming in about 10 minutes, guys, and we want to wrap up. But let's see. Arma said, true, I wonder if we're going to see more flashbacks of human Vecna in season 5. I mean, at this point, they're going to have to explain Vecna a little more. I mean, I'm not going to say, like, basically, they're going to have to go too deep into it, but they're going to have to explain him a little more, man. Because there's a lot of stuff that comes with him. I'm going to be honest. You got basically him just being Vecna. You got him being Vecna. And then you got him being one. Him starting with one and everything. So I'm not going to lie, guys. It's definitely something where they have to kind of touch on him a little bit more. They have to touch on him a little bit more because the shit that came with him and the stuff that he did was crazy, bro. So, all right, another thing I want to kind of touch on is this, you guys. Do you feel like in season 5 that they're going to have to, like, whole ass blow up Hawkins' lab? But I know that now it's like, okay, the gates are out in Hawkins, but is it one of those things, and comment down below, is it one of those things where you think they're going to have to take out Hawkins' lab, or they're going to have to damage it and do something to it because it's obviously not working? And I think that can be the case. I think that could be the case where they actually have to damage, like, or do something to Hawkins' lab because it's the heart. It's the heart of everything. And that's what I'm starting to find out. Because you got to think, it will never be. All right, see you, Sounded. See you, man. Have a great night, definitely. But it's like, it will not be an Upside Down without Hawkins Lab. It would not be an Upside Down without Hawkins Lab. So it's like you're going to have to do something to it. All I know is season 5 of Stranger Things, guys, is going to have to explain a lot. And from my understanding, they're starting to film. And we're going to kind of slow down a little bit here, guys. And I want to keep you too long, but I feel like season 5. Okay, it starts filming in summer 2023. This is the end of the series of Stranger Things, which is very sad. I'm going to cry. I already know I'm going to cry because they're going to do spinoffs, but unfortunately, they're saying that they're not even going to proceed with the main core anymore, which is shitty. I don't watch interviews every night. Damn near, I saw Finn say that he's actually kind of happy, and it's kind of sad, but I understand because you got to think these kids been doing Stranger Things since they were little. That's why I think we love Stranger Things, is because these kids actually grew on us. It feel like we raised these kids, or like they're like we know them. We watched them grow up. We actually watched them grow up. And what Fan said kind of made me look at it different. And he had said something similar to, I can't quote the same thing he said, but he had said, basically like, I'm excited. I'm happy, it's going to suck. And he had said basically that he's going to be happy to work on movies and things like that. He's going to be happy to see what, the future has for him. And, Stranger Things requires a lot. It requires a lot. And you can tell the show, bro, the budgets for the show is insane. It's like in the millions, bro. Bro, the characters are getting paid $7.1 million, like Dustin, Mike, Elle. She gets paid so much for being in Stranger Things. They don't even put her, because I had seen like a post where they kind of listed all of the characters, like wages and everything. Bro, they can't even list 11 things because she just has a full contract with Netflix. Like, Nola Holmes, and she has another little series, a movie coming out, I want to say, where she's like, I forgot, but that's how much they're getting paid, bro. Like, it's to the point, this show, they're putting millions in this show. The promotion is crazy. Every time Stranger Things come out, I try to report the Target because I know Target's going to have the Stranger Things line. I know that it's going to be so much merch for season 5. I see your comment, Karma. She actually has the tattoo. She has the tattoo. I actually used her tattoo picture as a reference for mine. Seriously, like the picture of 11's tattoo on her arm. She actually, why not get the tattoo? You're always having it. You don't want to keep having them painted on you. But yeah, she actually has the tattoo. I actually had screenshotted a picture of her wrist, and yeah. I know this tattoo was little, but I love it, man. I love it, bro. Just because of the fact I'm a big Stranger Things fan. I've been wanting this tattoo for so long, and it's my favorite character. Someone's like, why didn't you get 1? 1's not my favorite character. 11's my favorite character. Why not get 11, But yeah, comment down below, you guys. Before we wrap up, we talk about the lab. And like I said, I know a lot of people don't like Stranger Things, but that's one thing I told you guys in the beginning, man. I remember when I first announced it on Welcome to Haddonfield, people were like, I don't like that, and that's cool because I don't do things off of what people like. I do things off of what I like and what I like to talk about. But I like entertaining you guys. That's why I got a crazy announcement here in a few minutes. But I'm gonna say this: if you're not a fan of Stranger Things, listen to me. You're missing out, seriously. You can only watch Halloween and stuff like that so many times. I'm gonna exclude Halloween because that's my favorite franchise. I could watch Michael Myers over and over and over. I could watch Halloween all the fucking time. So I'm gonna exclude that. But you can only watch certain things. I learned this so many times before you get bored, And that's why I'm so glad I came across Stranger Things because it's so different. It's so many different genres mixed, bro, like sci-fi, horror, thriller, and it's super cool. And that's one thing I'm starting to learn is that you cannot run your channel off of other people, the things that they like, You can't do that because at the end of the day, guess what? That's not you. That's not you, man. That's what I'm finding out. Just because you gotta learn this. When you're doing something as a YouTuber, it's supposed to be fun. It should not one time feel like a hassle or something like that. You should really be just having fun with everything you're talking about. Every time I do family locations, bro, I'm not gonna lie. If I do a family location, best to believe is because I love the fucking show or the movie. Because I'm not driving hours away or I'm not flying hours away to do something just because it's like, oh, it's trending, or it's like me going through like, okay, now don't get me wrong. If I'm in an area and I find I got a family location down the street from me and I like the movie a little bit, I'll do it. But I'm not traveling across the world to do a family location that I don't enjoy. If that makes sense. I just feel like at some point you just gotta you gotta try stuff out. I used to be one of those people that I'm like that with food. Bro, I swear the wife will tell you I don't eat all type of meats. I don't eat like pork. I don't eat like pork chops. I'm not big on bacon. Bro, the wife, she got me out of this little funk I used to be in before I met her, bro. I didn't used to eat nothing. I used to eat burgers, cheese, chicken nuggets. I just didn't, bro. I don't like stuff like that. I'm the type of person, I'm not about to sound picky like a kid. I eat a lot of things, but I just don't like venturing off doing certain things I'm not used to. Because I feel like I always tell the wife this, for example. And this is a perfect example about Stranger Things. I know it's food, but it's like we'll eat something, right? And it'll be nasty as hell. Now, like I'm just saying, like we'll eat something, like try a new restaurant. I'm like, bro, this wasn't it. And she'll be like, yeah, it wasn't it or whatever. And I'll be like, man, that's why I stick to stuff I know. That's why I stick to stuff that I know about and what I'm used to. But sometimes, like for example, the wife just had me try Indian. We just had Indian food like a week ago or something. I didn't ever in my life think I'll eat Indian food. I just don't eat stuff out like that's different. I just don't do it. But she, pushed me to it. I ate chicken curry, and it's this thing called a naan. I don't know why the hell it's called a naan, but it's some of the best bread that I've ever had. And it has like little pieces of chicken in the bread. And I actually like Indian food now. Like I would really buy some Indian food, spend money on Indian food and eat it. I just feel like at some point if you don't, you'll never know how other things is. You know what I'm saying? You'll never know how other things is. That's why I said, yeah, I got people. Literally, I have people I swear, you guys, I have people in my DMs like, when is Welcome to Hawkins coming back? Not Welcome to Hawkins. When is Welcome to Haddonfield coming back? We want Welcome to Haddonfield to come back eventually. Like we really used to enjoy that. And I get it. Maybe Welcome to Haddonfield will make a comeback. Like I said, I created it, the Welcome series. I told you guys Welcome to Haddonfield may come back in the future. It's not going anywhere. Michael's always here. But I got a lot of people saying, bro, Welcome to Haddonfield. Is it going to ever come back? And I understand you guys like Michael Myers and stuff like that. But Stranger Things is cool. I'm not going to force anything on you guys. That's why I said, when I do Welcome to Hawkins, it's literally, that's why I said, these streams are all hands on and fun. This is fun to me, like, because I feel like only person I could talk to about Stranger Things for real, that's like is the wife. I talked to her about it. It's not too many people that like it. I swear, some people think that like I can't get into it. Like for example, Donnie he said, bro, I can't get into it. Donnie tried it, and he said it's not for him. Like, look, perfectly said. Everything is not for everybody. Everything's not for everybody. And I feel like it's things out there that people might love that I probably think, I wouldn't enjoy. But I will never know unless I try. I will never know unless I try. Donnie said, speaking of food, what did you eat for supper last night? Just had to pull up on that McDouble and sweet tea for the night. I like scary. So I had Domino's pizza last night. You got that McDouble, Donnie. Donnie got that McDouble, man. Russell said, "I agree, Brandon. Definitely, man. You gotta be willing to try something, man. I'm so happy I came across Stranger Things because this series makes me so happy and it gives me a break. And I'm being so honest with you guys, bro. Like, I am horror 25/8. Now, this is technically, it has some horror in it. But the reason I love Stranger Things because first off, I love it. It's a great show, but it gives me a break. That's why I love it. It gives me a break, a good break. It gives me time to take my brain off, put it over there, and just get in nerd mode. Stranger Things is my comfort show. My point exactly, Karma. It's comfort. That's the perfect way to say it. It is comfort. It is comfort. Stranger Things is awesome and amazing. I agree. I'm about to give you guys one of the announcements right now. Karma said you can always talk to me about Stranger Things. It's amazing. Definitely, Karma. I know you're a big fan like myself. I appreciate that, Karma. Know you're a huge fan like myself. So I said I'm with you too, B. I don't eat pork either. I used to be. Yeah, man. I don't like pork. All the fatty meats and stuff like that. I'm not into that, man. Like, okay, like you said? Oh yeah. So yeah, like bacon and everything. Donnie, I feel like it's just it's too much for me. I just don't. I just stick to certain things, and a lot of people are like, "Hey, Brandon, you're a little chunky, man. How you don't eat it?" Psh, you will be surprised, bro. I swear, the wife will tell you I don't eat shit for real. I stick to the stuff I know. Donnie said I'm with you too, B. I don't eat pork either. I'm just making sure. My guy Donnie said, "P.S. I'm not gonna get on Stranger Things, man. Even my boy Aaron said you should watch." Yeah, Aaron, tell Donnie, man. Tell Aaron, Donnie. Because, man, Donnie, bro, I'm telling you, it has you written over it. Bro, Donnie, we've been cool for some time. And, like, if you don't like it, seriously, Donnie, it's okay, bro. Because I heard people say he's just sticking to it, they don't like it. What, man, you like Harry Potter and all of that, bro? I'm like, man, it's got Donnie written all over it. My wife was just like you, bro. Monica was just like you, Donnie. I swear she was like, nope, I don't like it. I don't like it. It's slow. It's super slow. I don't like how it starts up. And she loves it, bro. It's probably one of my wife's favorite shows now. Every time Stranger Things come out, our whole household shut down. I swear our household shut down, bro. Like everything is over. So, but I got an announcement for you guys. This is a small one. I got the big one, but the small one, you guys. So listen to me. So I'm gonna turn this down for you guys. This is a small announcement, right? So I've decided, right, to just kind of branch out. I decided to branch out, and this has been something that I've been thinking about for a long time. This is something that I've been interested in for like a long time, and I've been getting so much love with The Last of Us, and it's going to be some type of journey, but I've been, getting a lot of love with The Last of Us, and I swear, like the community is so cool. It's like a horror community is one thing, but I love the gaming community too. Seriously, you guys, if you're not into gaming, man, that's cool. But hey, game community is awesome too. And tomorrow we got The Last of Us Part 2 at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But I was like, getting all these DMs and everything. People like, bro, you're so entertaining. And we're like, do you plan on playing any other games? And they're giving me recommendations. And I'm like, man, this is technically not, that's not a horror game. And right now, I like Scary doing like strictly horror gaming and, dark gaming and stuff. And it's like, bro, they're like, we're going to see you play this, bro. Your reactions are super funny. Like, I'm surprised that, bro, one of those fun fact, bro, people that came across the channel for The Last of Us, they didn't even know they didn't even know I Like Scary was a horror channel. They thought I was a gaming channel, right? They thought I was a gaming channel. So let me tell you guys something. Coming very, very soon, guys. I Like Scary just doesn't like scary. We also love this, guys.
Game over.
Game over.
Game over.
Game over.
So that's right, you guys. Yes, I will be showing you guys tonight and just giving you guys the link. I've already created the channel. I have a gaming channel now. I like gaming, bro. It's going to be super fun. And I'm really going to have fun with this, man. Seriously, I'm going to have fun with this. I know everybody does. And I have another announcement. This is one. I have a announcement that's related to Stranger Things. So you want to stick around. I'm about to announce it soon. But yeah, you guys, if you haven't left, I'm going to post my link. I'm just going to post it. The link to the I Like Gaming channel. If you want to, if you're interested in gaming, if you want to support, definitely go subscribe because it's going to be fun, man. It's going to be fun. I think it's going to be interesting. I'm going to play all type of games over there. And like I said, I'm going to still be full-time I Like Scary. This is just something I really enjoy playing a game, bro. Like, I swear, like, it's fun. It is super fun. And I'm going to test it out. If, it doesn't work, it doesn't work, Thanks, Kirsten. I appreciate it so much. Appreciate it, Kirsten. But it's going to be something just trying out because, man, the gaming community is super fun, bro. It's fun. And I've been working on this for, let me see. Matter of fact, as soon as I got all the supporters, hit me up through the gaming community for the first episode of The Last of Us. I'm like, hop on it. I'm hopping on it. And I'm going to post it on Instagram too and everything. But yes, the link is in the chat, you guys. If you enjoy gaming, come over to I Like Gaming. And it's going to just be, you got to make it big. You got to make it big. I Like Scary. I Like Gaming. I mean, what comes next, you guys, in the chat? I Like Food. Got a food channel. I want something big. I see the vision I have for everything is bigger. It's bigger. I just really think it's bigger, That's why I kept it I Like. Because I like it. I Like Scary. Now I got I Like Gaming. What comes next? I Like Food. I Like Traveling. It's going to just be something big, bro. But I'm going to start with I Like Gaming. And I never know. I just keep it. Maybe I'll just stick to I Like Scary. It ain't no maybe. I Like Scary is home. I do this shit every day. I Like Scary every day. Do you hear me? This is my home. This is family right here. This is not going anywhere. And it's like every time I make an announcement when something changes, people get scared, bro. I'm not going anywhere. I promise. Like, you think I'm about to just grow with you guys and leave? No. This is going to be a channel that's attached to I Like Scary. I'm not even going to be posting anything here yet. I'm in the process of getting my gaming set up and everything. I got a gaming set up and everything I'm about to have going. I'm still going to be streaming on I Like Scary. Gaming on I Like Scary right now. For right now, I'm going to be streaming on I Like Scary and everything. But it's definitely going to kind of branch over because I don't want to. Like, okay, I have my supporters that's strictly horror, strictly speculation, strictly unboxing, strictly vlogs, horror vlogs. And I love that. I don't want to kind of force gaming on my channel. I mean, I like it. Don't get me wrong. If it's a horror game like Texas Chainsaw, Killer Clowns, hey, everybody in chat, Kirsten, I know you love Killer Clowns. Everyone loves Killer Clowns. That's coming to I Like Scary. I'm not putting that on no I Like Gaming. You hear me? I'm not putting Killer Clowns on I Like Gaming. That's here on I Like Scary because why? We love Killer Clowns on I Like Scary. Texas Chainsaw. I'm not a big Texas Chainsaw fan, but it's a horror game, so I'm going to put it on I Like Scary. But I Like Gaming is going to be more of everything. I'm into GTA. I'm into 2K, Madden, Call of Duty. Bro, it's all type of games out there. Mortal Kombat, just fun games. I don't want to just corner myself. And like I said, I've always loved playing the game. Seriously, I love playing a game. I stay updated on every console. If I like a game, I buy it. I play the game all the time. And that's just one thing I love. Now it's not. I'm gonna say one thing I will say is that this one thing I will say is that passion with gaming will never outgrow my passion for horror. I will say that I love it. It's fun. It is very fun, but it will never nothing to outgrow my passion for horror. It's over. But got the second announcement coming just here in about 2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Let me see. I like gaming. Yes, Russell said get over here. Dope as fuck. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, man. Let me see. Donnie said, man, I just paid off Hogwarts Legacy before I put up on McDonald's. I'm unlike and like again for this announcement. Definitely, Donnie, I appreciate it. I know you're going to enjoy it because you enjoy gaming, bro, with me. So, yeah, you guys definitely subscribe. The link is in the chat. Kirsten said, nice. Definitely, hey, Kirsten, I got an announcement for you, too. I know you're not probably into gaming and stuff like that, but hey, I got this announcement I'm going to give you guys in 2 minutes. It's going to be good, man. Karma said, yes, that's awesome. You're going to love this announcement, too. Thanks, you guys, for subscribing. I appreciate it. Joseph, you're going to love the announcement. Bro, you must be working in a deli because I just gave you a sub. Thanks, Donnie said, bro, you must just be working in a deli because I gave you a sub. Appreciate it, Donnie. Russell said that I just subscribed to your gaming channel. Appreciate it. Link is in the chat. I'm going to connect to I Like Scary too, man, somewhere on our channel where you guys can just be there. It could be there also. Karma said, when does an announcement come out? Because I might be out of town when it comes out. Karma, it comes out now. So, all right. This is the last announcement, you guys. We want to wrap up. So this announcement obviously is Stranger Things related. And so this was very like, okay, this announcement is crazy. I can't even believe I'm about to be saying this because me and the wife were going to just try to pull this shit off, right? And just do this thing. But it was like, bro, life was just life at this point. And it was like in the nick of time. And I'm like, you know what? We got to do this. We got to do this because it's like one in a lifetime, in my opinion. In my opinion, it's like one in a lifetime. And I don't even want to keep talking about it. I'm going to show you guys. Then we could talk a little bit about it more. Once I announce it, we can get into it. So here is the announcement. You guys, here we go. Here we go, guys. So you guys, there we have it. If you guys are probably, what the hell is that? I'm gonna tell you guys. So it's this thing that's been announced since season 4 came out. And the moment I seen, I'm like, I have to go. I have to go. And it's in certain states. We got London, we got LA, we have Atlanta, Georgia, and it's the experience. It's the Stranger Things experience, guys. Now I live in Ohio, right? You guys know I love traveling. And I said, you know what? You might, and it actually ends the week that I'm going. It actually ends the week that I'm going. But let me tell you guys, next freaking week, yes, next week, we will be going to Atlanta, Georgia. We will be going to Atlanta, Georgia for the Welcome to Hawkins. Oh, shit, I said Welcome to Hawkins. For the Stranger Things, it's going to be Welcome to Hawkins all in there. It's going to be Welcome to Hawkins all in there, but we're going to the Stranger Things experience in Atlanta, Georgia, guys. Yes, in Atlanta, Georgia, I will be going, and I will be going Saturday. So if you guys are, I always tell you guys, when I'm in your state or something, if you want to get you a ticket and come, I'll be there. The time slot that I'm going will be in the morning. I know you got time slots and everything, but yes, I will be going to Atlanta, Georgia, to the Stranger Things experience. And bro, from what I've seen, it is. I might bust tears in there. I might drop tears in there, bro, because I'm like, the moment me and the wife confirmed everything, we booked everything. I'm like, bro. I'm like, this is crazy. Let me tell you guys a little insider, right? So what we were gonna do and the wife is obviously the brains, not me. But we were going to go down here, right? And you guys don't worry, it's still going to happen. We were going to go down here and do the experience, but not just the experience. We were going to do the filming locations also. We was going to do the filming locations because the filming locations is in Georgia. It's in Georgia. I'm like, come on, let's do the filming locations. Let's do the experience. Let's go. Like, let's just do it. She's like, just think about it. Well, how the hell we're going to do that? And it's winter time. It's going to be cold in Atlanta, so we can't do it. But we're going, you guys. We are going to the filming locations when it gets better weather. We're going to do it this time. But we're going to go when the weather gets better, and we're going to do it a crazy way when we do the filming locations. We already talked about it. But yes, next week we will be going to the Stranger Things experience. From my knowledge, when you go in, I've watched videos on it. And look, you guys, the fun thing about it is I haven't even said it. How rude. How fucking rude. Let me go ahead and turn this theme up, to get us, back in the movie before I end off. But how rude. You guys will be going with me. How can I forget to tell you guys? You guys will be going with me. I will be vlogging everything. Yes, I will be vlogging the whole thing. So, like I always tell you guys, it is going to be so cool to have you guys at home living through the lens and seeing this experience and seeing what we come across, seeing, everything that goes on in the Stranger Things experience. So, yeah, man, you guys want to come with me, so no worries. Comments that they can't make it. Guys are coming. Karma. I know you're in Oregon, but you're coming. Joseph. I know you're in Kentucky, but you're coming. Because tell you why. What we bring you guys in. You guys will be seeing everything. Brooke said that's so awesome. Appreciate it, Brooke. Yes, this is so fun. Kirsten said so cool. Yes, I will be bringing you guys with me. So, Farmer said, "Oh my God, that was awesome." Definitely. I'm like, bro, I can't wait to tell him because, bro, this is our first. Look, welcome, Hawkins. This is only episode 3. We're already doing crazy things. We're already going, bro. We're doing a filming location. Don't worry about that. That's the brand. That's the yellow brick road for us. We're doing them this year, not next year, not late this year. Coming soon. We're doing a filming location. We're going down there. We're going to knock them out. But to get us started next week, we're going to experience. Carmen said, "Oh my God, that was awesome. Appreciate it." Definitely. Brooke said, "The one in Atlanta." Yes, Brooke, I'll be going to the one in Atlanta, Georgia. So anyone lives in Atlanta and you want to do the experience and you haven't did it, I will be there. Even if you don't want to come in and you just, want to meet me, I'll be there. Adam said, "Congrats, Brandon. I'm so excited for you. Alex Scary is going to the home of Hawkins." Yes. It would not be an experience without those citizens of Hawkins in there, guys. It just wouldn't be the experience. It would not be an experience. We got to go. I got my shirt. We're going to go. I don't know if I'm going to bring them Demogorgon Hunter. They don't know what they're getting into when they see us, man. Don't even worry. Brandon said, Donnie said, "Rennie, ever been to Columbus, Georgia? It's where I'm from. I might pass you at Hartsford Jackson Airport because I'm going to put flowers on my dad's grave." First off, sorry for your loss, bro. And fun fact, half of my family is from Georgia. They're from some are from Fort Gaines, some are from Atlanta, some are from Marietta. So yeah, I'm kind of like I got Atlanta. I got like Georgia in my blood because half of my family is from Georgia. But I've never been to Columbus, Georgia, though. I've heard about it. I've never been to Columbus, Georgia. But yeah, now you might drive past me, man. Let's see how that works. That's super cool. I might be driving past Donnie. Definitely, man. By the way, sorry for loss again, Donnie. Russell said, "I'm excited for you, Brandon." Thank you. Appreciate it, Russell. Carmen said, "You're the best YouTuber ever." Appreciate that. I appreciate that, Carmen. Seriously, I appreciate it. Like I said, Carmen, no worries. I will try my best to make the experience through the camera so cool for you guys. Like, I cannot wait. I'm going to get some cool stuff. Bro, they got Surfer's Boys Pizza down there. Me and Monica got to try a slice of Surfer Boys Pizza. They got Scoops Ahoy. They got this freaking banana. It's like a banana ice cream sundae. Me and Monica have to try that. They got some cool merch. They got this poster of L that I want, bro. It's a poster. It's a black light poster. So I had went to, this wasn't the experience. So that's one thing. So if you guys in the chat are like, the other thing was, no, this is not the same thing at all. The experience they're putting you in Hawkins. Literally, you're walking through. They even got this project where you got like you're in the lab. They put you in the lab. You get to move like a Coke can or some shit like that. I want to say, and they got this thing where you're like, you put these glasses on, right? You put these glasses on, and they put you in the situation with 11 and Lucas and Max. You're literally standing next to 11 and Max, and bro, that's the most exciting for me, bro. I seen it. I don't know how this person got this footage because I think you're not allowed to put the camera in a glass or something. I don't know. It's something you're not allowed to do, but somehow, some way, a person had it on recording. But you get these glasses, bro, and you literally have 11 talking to you. Like, she's like talking like, hey, come on. We have to go, friends. We have to go take care of this Demogorgon. And you're like standing next to 11, bro. I'm going to trip. I know I might not be able to get that part, like how you guys can see the 3D effect on the camera. But, bro, I am going to flip out. Just being in that. That's why I told the wife. That's why I'm excited. I'm excited because they're going to put me in my favorite show. Like, I done been in Horror Nights, but, and like I said, it might not be better than Horror Nights. Because that's the most I've experienced Stranger Things, like hands-on, like walking through Halloween Horror Nights. But this, bro, this is not no actress. They have the portrayal of the actual characters in like this projector form that looks real as hell. So I can't wait. I cannot wait, man. It's going to be worth it. Let me see. Hassan said, South Carolina. Hey, you want to know what's crazy, Hassan? I'm always in South Carolina. I did the filming locations for Halloween Kills in 2018 in the Carolina area. I'm always down. I don't know if I'll be down there soon. I kind of go to Myrtle Beach with the family here and there. But yeah, man, bro. That's what I'm saying. This year, bro. I will be going to Horror House Cincinnati too, guys. That's not like a big announcement, but I will be going to Horror House Cincinnati. So if you're in the Ohio area or you're traveling up to Ohio, I will be there, and I don't know if I'm coming Sunday. I'm still debating because Sundays are kind of like super, like it's like a cleanup day. I'll probably do Friday, Saturday for sure. I'm doing Friday and Saturday for sure. I don't know if I'm gonna do Sunday, but I will be at Horror House Cincinnati. I want to meet the Cobra Kai cast, the Nun. They got Pony Boy from The Outsiders. I'm like, oh my god, they're trying to make me broke. Appreciate it, Joseph. Appreciate that, man. I'm the best YouTuber. I appreciate you guys, seriously. I'll be going to Atlanta Airport. It's like a lot of people are going to Atlanta. Going to be stopping through Atlanta. If you guys haven't definitely smashed the like button, guys, it definitely helps. About to end off. Johnny says 10 years. I gotta go. He died from prostate cancer due to Agent Orange of being on award. So the government told us February 4th. Damn, man. Sorry to hear that, man. I am so sorry to hear that, man. Sorry. Brooke saying, B, I'm headed through Atlanta next month in Savannah, hoping to see some Ends locations. Brooke, fun fact, we are going to the Halloween Ends locations. But we're not, look, you guys, listen to me. We're not going right now because it's cold. But me and the wife talked about this, guys. Now, you know, we're doing it for sure. You guys don't even have to worry about it. Don't worry, they're going. I did 2018 and Kills Ends is happening. But me and the wife talked about, like, what if we did what if we did the Stranger Things, because you know it's in the Georgia area. What if we did the Stranger Things locations and the Halloween Ends, bro, on one trip? Because you guys know I'm good for it because I did Scream 5 and Halloween Kills and The Conjuring on one trip. I knocked out 3 filming locations on one trip for you guys. So I know I can do Stranger Things and Halloween Ends. So definitely. I already talked, Brooke. I had talked to the guy. He had he works like at the junkyard's actually a junkyard. Fun fact, Brooke, the junkyard, that's actually a junkyard, but they're actually, when I talked to him about now, it's probably closed. The junkyard's probably abandoned now. But he said he done saw people fly drones over there, like drones over the gates. Sometimes the gate is open. They let some people in to show you certain areas where they filmed Corey's scene and everything. So yeah, man, hopefully you see some Ends locations. I heard that when Halloween ends, the house, Lori's house, the owners are actually very cool. From my knowledge, I heard the owners are very cool. Um, I actually seen some behind like some shots of how the hell the gutter not the gutter, the sewer area, because you know the sewer wasn't actually in the movie when Corey crawls in, but that area with the graffiti under the bridge, it actually looks dangerous as hell. But for you guys, I will go. I will definitely be cool for sure. But I'm definitely going to be going. I'm definitely going to be going. So no worries. Kirsten said I gotta get going. I'll see you all soon. Definitely, Kirsten. We're gonna wrap up. No worries. Have a great night, you and Larry. Appreciate you stopping through. But yeah, you guys. So I'll be doing Halloween ends too. So no worries. We're gonna have fun. But yeah, you guys. So tonight we talked about the lab episode 3. I gave you guys 2 announcements. I have now a gaming channel. I have a gaming channel, and I really hope that you guys definitely consider coming over if you're like you love gaming and stuff, because it's going to be fun. Brooke said that's awesome. B, definitely, Brooke. I know you're going to enjoy the ends locations, and we got the announcement that we're going to the Stranger Things experience. So I'm excited for that. Seriously, I'm excited to see what happens with that. Watched a lot of videos on YouTube. Everyone said it's 10 out of 10 for them. And like I said, it's not too many things that Stranger Things out there. The fact they're doing the experience, count me in, coach. I'm in there. Me and the wife will be in there having fun, being nerds. So, yeah, you guys. Unfortunately, though, this has to be the end of the stream. And, oh, yeah, Joseph. I'll be possibly coming to Scarefest, too, man. I want to meet Scout Taylor Compton. I met her before, but I met her during the C. I'm not going to say it, the C thing that happened a few years ago. She had the mask. I couldn't experience it. I definitely want to meet Scout Taylor Compton. She was a cool actress. So definitely, man, if I come, I'll let you know, Joseph. I'll be down there, man. But yeah, you guys, this is obviously the end. Oh, this is so many. Brooke said you're going to Scarefest. I'm going too. Yes, Brooke. I am possibly going to Scarefest. I'm see how many more. What other guests they got? They got Danielle Harris. I met her before. I met Scout, but I want to get a cleaner picture because I like my pictures clean, man. With the mask over the face, it's just not. I don't like that, man. I want people to know, like, hey, this is Scout right here. So I'm possibly going down there and get a photo op with Scout or some, and meet others too. Meet you guys, Brooke. So if I decide to come, possibly it's like almost like a 8 out of 10 chance I'll come. Definitely, you guys. Like I say, come up to me, rock out. I love to meet you guys, Brooke and Joseph. It's always cool to meet friends of the channel. I appreciate it. So Carmen said, I'll DM you. Definitely. Adam saying, being nerds is the best life. Have a great night, everyone. Definitely have a great night. And one more thing before I end off. I don't know how I keep forgetting to show you guys this. So I get a lot of you guys. Tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll be playing The Last of Us. If you're into gaming, tell you guys, you don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it. So, yeah, you guys, unfortunately, this is the end of the stream. We had so much fun on Welcome to Hawkins. And episode 4 is going to be a great one. But until next time, you guys, I want you guys to stay safe out there, number one. Watching horror movies. Check out Stranger Things. And yeah, you guys, I love you all. Peace.